So what am I talking about when I talk about bottom slicing? I'm talking about specifically in an organization where we take out or we redeploy the lowest performing people. Now, specifically sales in this instance. What often happens when I go into an organization is that the business owner is persevering, trying to encourage people to do the best that they can with the skills that they have. Nothing wrong with that. To get people to a higher standard, to elevate their ability, they invest in some training. And that's a good thing to do too. And typically you see everybody move up in terms of skills, in terms of results. All good so far. However, it's always the case, or usually the case, that there are some people that don't take to it as fast as the rest, and there are some people that never will. Now, not everyone is cut out for a sales environment. And when I say that, it isn't because I think salespeople are necessarily born, or you have to have a certain something, a certain gift of the gab. Sales can be a real grind, and it isn't for everybody. In sales, everything is measured. There's typically no hiding place. Your calls are recorded, the calls are listened to, the calls are reviewed. Sometimes they're reviewed, in front of other people as well. If you do my type of sales training, you also have to do the role playing, because we want to throw stuff at you that you may find live, or it may be worse than you're going to find live. But it's a case of train hard, fight easy. If you can handle this, you can handle anything type of approach. Now, it isn't necessarily something that a lot of people look forward to, and I completely get that. But when we're trying to develop high-performing sales environments, we can't keep in poor performers. We can't keep in below average or even average, because what we're trying to do actually is we're trying to move up the average the whole time. As we drive up the skills, we want better results, we want higher revenues, we want higher profits, and we need a certain level of performance to be able to achieve that without having to constantly put more people in. Now, on the subject of more people, I honestly believe that it helps to be in a state of constant low-level recruitment, to try and attract and pull in conversations with the right people. They may not be a fit for you today, they may be a fit for you tomorrow, but have those conversations. And it gives you the confidence then to be able to bottom slice, to take out the lowest performers in confidence, without suddenly thinking, but I'm going to be short-handed, and what if someone else goes sick? What if someone leaves, etc. But in my opinion, you should be kind of thinking like that anyway, because stuff happens, right? So I believe in giving everybody a chance to get better and to see if they can cut it or not. And in my experience, most people do considerably better than you might think. As I say, I don't necessarily agree that salespeople are born. I honestly think that they're made. But when it comes to people that aren't going to get to the level that you require them to be at, do them and you a favor. Help them find a role to which they're better suited. And that role may well be in your organization. It may be that they're not cut out to do new business sales, but they may make a fantastic client services manager. Somebody that is there to make the clients feel valued, someone there that's there to impact retention, someone to potentially sell more services once they're already a client. Arguably an easier conversation, but it may suit their skill set better. So this isn't about you're not up to it, there's the door. I'm not necessarily saying that at all. What I'm saying, though, is you've got to take out the lowest performers if you want a high-performing sales team. You want to be raising the average all the time, and you want some internal competition. You want people to strive to be the best. You want to be putting incentives there. That's a video for another day. But when it comes to the people that are consistently the lowest, and I'm not talking about by this much, like by a 0.1%. I'm talking about when there's clear water between them and the person or the people above, where there's clearly a gap, and they're not, and despite your efforts, they are not going to bridge that gap. It's incumbent upon you to do something about it for their sake and for yours. It's something I do with my clients all the time, is to put in the processes in the first place to attract the right people, interviewing, the hiring process, the training process, the ongoing development, so that we can really accelerate those sales. Some people make it, some people don't, but even if they don't, their skills have still come up considerably to the point where it's often worth redeploying. So don't think this is just about taking the axe through your organization. It really doesn't have to be. I hope this is useful. If you've got questions, let me know. I'd love to discuss it further with you.